Hi, this is Nathalie from Linedotarrow from the Netherlands, and I'm here to do the final part of the fairy journal. And then I can do a flip through. Maybe you remember that I made this fairy house, I think it was the first week, yeah, for the first week freebie. This one I made off camera to try out how it worked, and it's all sewn around. And I want to include this journal as like a floating tab. And what I did, I had, this is like canvas paper. You can print on it, but I'm going to leave it like this. And I added, how do you call it? Cardstock onto it to make it a little bit more heavy. And now I'm going to add a little tape between the two pieces to make sure it stays secure. I think it will stay secure because I'm going to glue the panel on, but yeah, just to be safe. Cut off the excess over here. So, and now I just want to ink around the border. Sorry, I forgot it was glass. Makes a lot of noise. I'm going to ink around the border and also going to sew around the border. And then I'm going to glue it on to the front panel. But before I glue it on and before I start sewing, I'm going to add some things to create sort of a tab thing. Let's see how we are going to sew it on or glue it on to make sure it fits. Okay, this is a little bit shorter over here. It's not going to be a problem because I'm going to ink this so you don't see the white. I'm going to add things on this side anyway in between, so we will be okay. Yeah, well, obviously it needs to go like this. But let me grab some items I want to slide in between, and then we can move on with the floating tab. A few items that I want to put on. One of the items is like this leaf. Still debating if I'm going to put it over here so it's on the other side. That's an option too. Maybe that's better. Need to put something in between, definitely. That's not a question. Maybe I'm going to put it, no, I'm going to put it in between. Yeah, this is looking pretty. Still not sure. I'm going to put this leaf first. I have this leaf. And I have a piece of cheesecloth that I want to drop over here. And what else do we have? I have this leaf. Let's see if I need to pull these out a little bit more. This is okay. I have a pink leaf. I'm going to put a little tape over that too to make sure this stays over here. Smaller leaves that I can add. I have the gold leaves. Okay, just check. Not going to show. Okay. Just need something over here too. Check again. Over here. Okay. With to this side. Oh, sorry, that was my chair that made the noise. Leftover piece of the blue lace. It's always good to add a little bit of blue. Just let me check how it looks on the other side. Maybe I need to put in this one. This one. So if you look on the other side, you don't see the wire of the other leaf, because I don't like that. Something like this. Okay. Do I need to pop in a flower? I really don't know. No, not going to add a flower. Maybe the little rose. It's also a flower, but I meant the bigger flower. Where should it be? On here? On here? On here? Also this piece of lace that I can add. I think it's okay. Maybe one over here. And maybe one over here. Like that. I think we got it covered, although does it need something over here too? I do believe it does. I also want to put this in between. Maybe over here. Yeah. Okay, I think I need to do my glue thing. I think I have everything covered now. Yes, I do. Is it going to fit? Let me check again. I need to cut this off. Do I need something on this side too? Yes, I do. And also some gold things. It's strange weather in the Netherlands. It's raining, but it's very hot in the house and a lot of moist in the air, which I don't like because you feel very hot all the time. Okay, I need to make sure this stays on. Yeah, it does. Okay, I'm going to sew. I'm also going to add a little bit of glue in the middle to make sure it stays on. And a little bit more over here. I'm not gluing on the sides where I'm actually sewing. Close enough to the edge, so I'm very sure it stays on. Okay, to put this on. A little tape sticking out, which I don't like. to cut a little bit over here. Oh, I forgot to sew. So that's good. Well, I'm going to sew a second time. Yeah, I forgot. That's so not so handy to do. But then again, it stays on very well. So yeah, I'm going to sew and then I will be back. So I fixed the sewing problem by doing a straight stitch and going over it like so. I'm going to do another straight stitch over here because I do want to make sure it's on this side too. So I did again sewing. I actually also sewed again over here too because I like it better now. It's more framed. Just clean up my desk. I wanted to do a separate video for the flip through, but maybe I can do it now. Let me check if my binding is dry because I made my own binding because I also forgot to make a binding on the journal. I want to include it underneath the front and the back panel and underneath the spine, but I totally forgot. But I made this. This is just some seam binding, and what I did was I opened it, and when you make it wet and start pulling, it ends up looking like this. But let me clean my desk and then we are going to do the flip through. I did something off camera. I also glued on this little rose. I found it on my desk and I thought, how nice would it be if it was on here too. But yeah, this is the floating tab. I'm going to get the journal. This is the journal. I'm going to show you. I'm going to zoom up out in because it's not completely in frame. One moment. Okay, this is the final result. And this is the binding I put on. This is the sorry, there's a little bit of thread hanging out. This is the floating tab we just created, but I'm going to do a proper flip through like you just seen this for the first time. I have a video on making the cover. Actually, I also have a video on making a new spine because I ripped the original spine. That's why this is wider than the original one. But yeah, it was a happy mistake because then I could put more things in because it's quite chunky. But this is the front side and this is the spine, and I'm going to show you what I did with the beads. I did something different. It's an elastic binding and it has 3 signatures, and this is the outside of the binding. I have a video on creating that too. This is the tassel. I'm going to show you the tassel within a minute. This is the back panel. I added the beads like I said I was going to do, and you saw me create this too. You also saw me create the whole spine. The beads, I tried to do something different. I'm not sure if you can see. I'm going to keep it. I tried to mimic flowers. I had these flowers that I had from Stacy, this one, and if you pulled out this thing, because Stacy sent me this for my birthday, you have 3 layers of the same leaves, and I created little flowers on here, and they have also extra leaves on the outside. And then these have just beads, and then I have tiny ribbons like the organza ribbons, and they have beads on it too, and in between I have strings with leaves. And I'm really happy with how this turned out. Okay, so let's open her up. I'm not going to measure the journal. I never do that, to be honest. It's a journal and it has 3 signatures, and and a lot of things going on the spine. I see that I have to glue this down. Maybe I didn't glue it down to begin with. That's possible. I'm not sure what's coming out. Oh, it's a little black thread on it. Sorry. No, it's supposed to hang down, but I think it got stuck by accident. But I'm going to glue it down now. That's not a problem at all. I was also thinking of adding a book plate, but there's so much going on already. So yeah, I'm not going to do that anymore. Yeah, I hope you can see. I'm so worried about the lighting. Maybe a little bit like so. Maybe this makes it different. I have so many lights on because it's very dark. But yeah, like I said, 3 signatures. And if you are working in a journal, you have to put tassel to the top. This is stacked teacups that we created for the challenge. So this is the inside pocket. You saw me create that too. This is going in here. This is a fabric, well, it's a lace pocket. Created a journal tag to go in with some messy sewing. It slides in here. There's a lot of edging. Small fairy house over here with a small pocket. These are actually fairy book pages. I have butterfly pages, food colored, coffee dyed pages, pages from the kit. I'm not going to tell you each page it's from the kit or not, because the kit is in. Everything you see with an image on it and it's not a book page, it's from the Magical Tea Party. 2 of the cards in here. No, I wanted it like so. So you have a little bit of the flowers over here. And this over here. Yeah. I was wondering, this could go out. Yeah, this is a little fairy tag, the house tag. In here I have some wooden elements over here, like buttons, edging. There are 3 journal cards in here. So these are in here. The back side, journal card and a large tag. I think I made this on camera too. Butterfly pages. This is I'm not sure if you can see, but this is vellum with little teapots on it, and I created a pocket from it, and this is the large tag that comes in the kit. So it's in here. Some ruffles over here. This is the second signature already. Another fairy house tag I created. And I like the book pages and these a lot. Then we have a pocket with a tag. You can still embellish it. Journal card I turned into a tag and an actual tag. Other side, added a little butterfly over here. This is like a belly band slide pocket thingy. This is absolutely my favorite paper of the whole kit. I really like those branches. This one. I turned this into a vellum pocket, and I have several journal cards in here. This is still together. You can also cut it and make 2 or make a little booklet from it. That's a possibility too. going to put these in here. This is the only printable digital that's not in this kit, but I believe it's in another kit. I'm not sure which one. But yeah. Handmade paper I had in a journal. And I cut out those papers because I really like them. The other side of the book paper. Created another tag in here with a ostrich. It's not a peacock, but it's an ostrich. But I like the colors. It's very, it's magical. It's like Wonderland. Edging. Over here, these are the words that came on a sheet, and instead of cutting all the words, this is the white edges of the paper. Actually, I folded it and inked it so it looks like the wooden, well, like a wooden sign. Put it in here with a little trim, some sewing. Yeah. Another pocket with some embroidery. These came in the kit too. Here we have the floating tab. And this is the third signature. I'm going to take this one out. The belly band we created. A tag to put in the belly band. You have to cut off a little bit of this because it's very long. I don't mind if it's fraying, but it has to be about the same length. Otherwise I'm confused. Some vintage ledger. This is a pocket made from the kit paper. I really like her. Another pocket, and this is the belly band tag with dangles we created together on a video. I have a video on how I made this. This is tucked in here. A little button over here and a flower button on the other side. A flippy out thingy. Another pocket with a little girl with flowers. And this is the envelope that came in the kit. There's nothing in it, but I just clipped it on this page. So, fabric pocket with some journaling card as part of the pocket. Journaling cards in here. Another tag in here. Here. I really like her. Well, I like all the images, to be honest. And this is the back pocket. Created it on camera. And this is the tag we created together. I think we did, or I did this off camera, I'm not sure. But I have a whole series of videos about this journal. So you can see everything that I created. Except for I didn't video all the embellishment pieces because otherwise I would be making like 15 videos. But yeah, this is the journal. It's a chunky monkey. It's very wide because it's as wide as my hand, but I do like it a lot. And I wanted to create this for a very long time. I made a fairy journal once, and I really like the dripping of the leaves and everything. So yeah, I'm so happy I could make one. I'm not going to use it. For now, no, I'm not going to use it. Probably. I never use a journal that I make. So yeah, this is the fairy journal. I hope you like the flip through. I hope you like the challenges and everything. I am busy getting all the names for the giveaway. And I hope to do that maybe today, hopefully tomorrow, or if it doesn't work, I can do it on Monday. But I will try to do it in the upcoming 2 days or today. Yeah, thanks everybody for joining in with the challenges in the Facebook group. Well, yeah, for the design team members working with this, the guest design team members, I have everything linked down below. They made pretty things too. Some of them are not done yet. So I think we will see some little more of the fairy kit later throughout July, but that's okay. Yeah, if you want to leave me a comment, please do. Like, subscribe. You can also check my Ko-fi page, buy me a coffee, or support me in any other way on the Ko-fi page. That would really help my channel and build my little business. Yeah, wishing everybody a happy Saturday. Hope to see you next time. Stay safe, stay creative. Greetings from the Netherlands. Bye bye. Bye.